Here are some MLBB concepts to learn for beginner players. There are four main things to learn. Let's call them the four M's. Number one is macro. Macro refers to all the big things happening in the game, as opposed to your personal skill with your hero. Things that fall under the category of macro involve your overall game sense, such as strategies, rotations, objectives. These are all things bigger than yourself and are the factors that contribute the most to determining the outcome of a match. The reason macro should be the first thing to master is because it controls the flow of the game. For example, which would you value more, getting a solo kill or taking the turtle? While a solo kill might help you snowball, the objectives always help benefit the whole team. A list of macro concepts to learn include objectives, turtle, lord, turrets, creeps and minions, and hero kills. The thing to master here is knowing which to prioritize at any time in the match. Rotations, or knowing where to go on the map at any time. Strategies, such as invading the enemy jungle, team synergies, and more. And decision making, like when to attack and play aggressively or retreat and play safe. The best way to learn high-level macro is by watching pro tournaments or tutorials. Once you grasp the concepts better, apply it in your own ranked games. At the start, you'll be constantly thinking about what to do next, but trust me, over time it becomes natural with experience. And that brings me to the second M, micro. While macro involves the big things happening in the whole game, micro refers to your skills with your own hero and gameplay. Every little thing counts when playing your hero. Your knowledge of your skills, cooldowns, scaling, combos, itemization, and even your reflexes should be trained the more you play. This is why I'd advise you only learn 1 to 2 good heroes first for every lane, so you can get familiar and confident with them. Micro is best learned by looking at tutorials for your heroes, watching pros play them, and also paying attention to your skills and attributes. While you usually can't win a game on your own, it is still important to be a reliable teammate that has positive contributions to the overall team. Number 3. Matchups. The reason matchups gets its own category is because it technically falls under both macro and micro concepts. Let's discuss the macro aspect first. Matchups in macro terms mean things like drafting or pick ban phase, team composition, and counters. When you learn matchups, it helps you understand the reason meta heroes are chosen and which allies can help support these heroes. You'll also know how to counter pick during drafting, like for example, picking anti-tank heroes when the enemy has a high sustain comp. Once again, learning from pro matches is the best way to understand these matchup concepts. You can also look at MLBB resources to see trends in hero pick rate, win percentage, and good team comps. Now remember I mentioned there's a micro aspect for matchups? Well, when learning your heroes, you should also learn how every other hero in the game interacts with who you're playing. This is important because it helps you decide whether you can beat the enemy 1v1, in a team fight, and in all other scenarios, such as who has a faster jungle clear speed, more mobility, bigger range, etc. The best way to learn micro matchups is by playing every hero and playing against every hero. I know that sounds like a lot of effort, but it really is the best way to master matchups. And last but not least, the fourth M is map. No need for a long explanation. Map awareness is a crucial concept that every player must have. There are so many guides about how to control the map and how to pay attention to the information or lack of info in the map. Map awareness falls under macro, but I wanted to highlight it specifically because it is so important for any MLBB player to master. So practice looking at your minimap and not only analyzing what's happening in the map, but also how to respond to the info you have. And that does it for my overview of key MLBB concepts. If you want more in-depth tutorials on these individual concepts, I do plan to release more guides in the future, and you can join my Discord server in the link in bio to ask questions. Thanks for watching.